Alright, and welcome back to Jekhar's gaming documentary of Morrowind's main quest. I finally got to meet with Vivek, go over his notes, talk to him a little bit, get more information, on the whole story, basically. Got a few more little pamphlets of information, like Dagathir's plans, and he had a few other things like Saint Nerevar and Nerevar at Red Mountain. That's a good one. He kind of leaves it open to interpretation, really. I mean, from what I gather, either the tribunal, screwed over Nerevar and killed him outright, or he was going to die anyway, and after he died, they just went ahead and used Kagranak's tools to make themselves immortal. And then you have Dagathir, who was either following or was following Nerevar's orders. But the only way he could have been immortal or turned immortal is he had to experiment with Kagranak's tools on the heart of Lorkhan. So it's a big, complicated test. When I say getting into the meat of it, that's where it gets interesting. So it starts back to, I guess, the stories of creation in the Elder Scrolls universe. Like you had, I guess, one of the creators was Lorkhan. And to make this mortal plane, he pretty much had to trick his other immortal friends to help him, which cost them, or some of them, their immortality. And a lot of them fled before they lost their immortality. But the ones that remained was called some kind of crazy name, I don't know how you pronounce. And they eventually became the people, the men in Myrrh you see nowadays. And I guess the other divinities were kind of, ticked off at Lorkhan's deception, so they tore him asunder and they cast his heart down to this plane, which ended up in Red Mountain. So that brings you to the dwarves, the Dwemer, which are just basically underground elves with superior technology, really focused on science and magic. And in their digging, they found the heart. And then Kagranak, who had to be a genius, was clever enough to make tools to utilize the heart for its divine power. So, basically, Nerevar was the old Dunmer war chief back in the day, but his people were like the high elves. Instead of the Dunmer, like this dude right here, they look more like high elves, golden skin and all that fun stuff. So anyway, Nerevar united all the old clans and great houses back in the day, and was actually friends with the dwarven leader Dunmac, who was like half Dwemer, half orc, something like that. Sounds pretty cool anyway. So they had peace for a long period of time. Well then, Dagathir's sixth house had, I guess they specialized in espionage, had found out that Kagranak found the heart and was using the heart to make the Dwemer immortal, and was going to create some construct and imbue it with divine power to be the Dwemer's new god, and to take over the world and such and so forth. So, Nerevar didn't believe it, or didn't want to believe it, because he was friends with Dunmac. So he conferred with Azura, who confirmed Dagathir's story. So, after a few little back and forth with the Dwarf King, finally realized, well, it's true, I'm going to have to attack. But the King Dunmac didn't even know about the construct because Kagranak kept it secret. So he was basically just defending his people. So anyway, they went to war. And in the end, you have two versions. You either have the Dagath Ur and Nerevar snuck into the heart chamber, severed the connection the dwarves had with it, which caused them to vanish completely. Or you have the story where Nerevar was fighting Kagranak. They were both mortally wounded. Dagath Ur finished off, or not Kagranak, Dunmac. And Dagath Ur finished off Dunmac, but Nerevar was mortally wounded. So it's one of the two. And then the other conflicting statements is Nerevar, told Dagath Ur to guard the profane tools that Kagranak created until he returned. And then he conferred with his tribunal, Alamaxia, Vivek, and Sothasil to, get their advice on what's going on. And then to summon Azura again to seek her counsel on what to do. Then the other part is at that point the tribunal either conspired to murder Vivek, or not Vivek, but Nerevar, or he died anyway, and after he died they used the tools to make themselves immortal. But at the same time, when they went to attempt to use the tools, which they obviously did, there's no doubt about that, Dagath Ur was still guarding the tools, so they had to drive him off, which is open to interpretation because Dagath Ur is still alive. So he had to use the tools in some fashion to bind himself to the heart. But anyway, he was still following Nerevar's orders to guard the tools, which the tribunal took from him, and then they made themselves immortal. So, in the end, whatever they did, either in just murdering Nerevar or him dying of his wounds and then using the tools, Azura cursed, the people of Morrowind and turned them into the Dunmer, which is a dark-skinned, red-eyed race you see now, and promised that Nerevar would return one day. So, and that's the point we are at the story. But the interesting thing is how Nerevar told Dagath Ur to guard the tools until he returned. And then as soon as, Nerevar's incarnate, which is supposedly you, returns, Dagath Ur is already back as well. And Dagath Ur, he said he was sleeping, but more than likely he was defeated and in some kind of limbo, kind of like, I imagine, the people of Oblivion, how when they're slain they kind of go into the void but eventually coalesce back in their plane of Oblivion. But Dagath Ur had bound himself to the heart, so he could actually draw power from it himself just naturally. So when he did coalesce and reappear, he didn't need the tools to tap the heart, because whatever he did, he tapped it just right. He only had to do it once. And it must have drove him somewhat insane because now he's sending out the blight storms and crazy dreams to influence people to his banner. And his initial goal is to drive the Outlanders out of Morrowind and, throw down the false gods of the Tribunal. But it won't stop there. He's going to build a new construct like the Dwemer did and have it set up as the new god. So he's basically picking up where the dwarves left off. And if successful, it'll spread beyond Morrowind to the rest of the provinces. So, even though Dagathir was more than likely a somewhat innocent victim, he had to at least experiment with the tools. So he isn't without fault. He's not purely a victim. So it's like everybody made a mistake. Everybody did something slightly wrong, and now you got to deal with the consequences. But it's really open to interpretation whether the Tribunal are purely evil or just took advantage of a situation. The same with Dagathir. He probably is more of a victim in the whole story, but since the power of the heart kind of drove him insane, just have to see how it goes. But after talking to Vivek, he directed me to Ghost Gate, which is right there. And to talk to some people, and then I can plan different assaults, because there were several tools I had to get before I actually make the assault on Dagathir's stronghold. I have to take out the Ash Vampires, get Keening and Sunder, which is a dagger and a hammer, which is part of Kagranak's tools that he made all those thousands of years ago. And I was given Wraithguard right there. But you have to have that on, because if you pick up the tools without it, they'll kill you. So that's pretty much where we are right now. There's a lot of reading. It's very interesting to read all the different accounts. And there's no one definitive answer. It's purely left up to interpretation. But you know for a fact that some parts are true. This guy is Nerevar incarnate, because his ring would kill him outright if he wore it and he wasn't Nerevar. The Dwemer enchanted it as such that only Nerevar could wear it. So I'm going to go to Ghost Gate, confer with them people, come up with a plan of attack, and then after we take out the Ash Vampires, which is Dagathir's generals or priests, or whatever you want to call them. Oh, I hear something. Oh, there you are. I knew you somewhere. But the real amusing part is the Tribunal erected the ghost fence to contain Dagathir in his blight storms, but they haven't been able to use the tools to, I guess, refresh their connection to the heart to draw its power. So unlike Dagathir, they can't draw the heart naturally, so their powers are getting weaker over time, while Dagathir is getting stronger. So, yeah, they're not in a good situation. Eventually the Ghost Gate will fall because they won't have the power to keep it up. And Dagathir will be free to do whatever he wants. But from what I gather, it's kind of hard to interpretate, but It seems like mainly Vivek is keeping the ghost fence up, because Alamaxia is in Morthal doing her thing. Sothasil is, in his little clockwork city doing who knows what. So, if Vivek has one redeeming quality, at least he hung around here to keep the fence up. But it's funny because his tone is kind of like, I don't give a damn what story you believe or not. Just gonna turn over the responsibility to protect the realm to you, so I don't have to worry about it. And that's where we are right now. It's like we don't have any divine power, and yet we have to do what the tribunal failed to do. Because the reason they don't have Keening or Sunder anymore is they tried to make a connection to the heart in the past before. They were driven off. And Alamaxia and Sothasil actually lost Keening and Sunder to Dagothir's, forces. And Vivek actually had to save their ass. So it was quite entertaining. So after they lost those, they pretty much just gave up and went back. A bunch of pansies. So, and then you come along and they're like, hey, do what we can't do so we don't have to worry about it no more.
Welcome, Outlander.
Inside the ghost fence. Okay, little map. Appreciate it.
Welcome, Outlander.
What do we get? I got too many freaking papers. There it is. Map of Red Mountain. Alright, so we have 4 citadels aside from Dagothir. And of course the Ghost Gate. Damn, that's a detailed map, man. But the map is pointless since we know where it is. We want northwest, northeast, southwest, so it's in the 4 corners pretty much. And I've already been to one for another quest. There's Dagothir in the center crater. So that leaves one here, here, and there, or one here, here, and there. Okay. So yeah, very, very deep and interesting story because it covers just so many centuries of history. Tells you how the Dunmer people actually came into existence. Here we are, the old ghost fence. Don't worry, guy, I'll put you out of your misery. You can thank me later. You got no loot. You are a failure of a mob. Here we are, the Blight Storms. Of course, we're immune to it now since we have a treated form of Corpus. That's right, I'll shoot your bolts out of there, huh? Look at that. Ain't wasting any of the bolts on your spells. There we go. An ash ghoul. You look pretty rough, guy. Yeah, why has it got 2 resist magicas? Oh well. Yeah, it's interesting. My poison was reflected. Hey, come here. Are you a titan or are you just a normal ogre? Soul trap. Let's find out. If you're just an ogre, I'm taking your soul, son. Why ain't your name popping up? Oh well. No, you're a titan. Why didn't that pop up before? That's a shame. Well, that ain't too bad. You're in a common soul gem? How's that work? So a titan is less than an ogre? Doesn't make any sense. Let's see here. Kind of difficult to see with those red smog. There's something. That's a dramatic death. Go away, I'm busy. I don't know why people hate cliff racers. Oh crap, I missed. Now get out of here, you fool. I'm busy. Let's see. Get out of here so I can loot. Get out of here so I can loot. No, you ain't got nothing. Let's see. There's something there. Yeah, I really like the ghost fence. They did a good job on that. If you're just gonna fit into a common, then I'm gonna take you. Come on, you can do better than that. I guess not. Nothing but action around here. Okay, this is the Kagrenak Steady. That's interesting. Yep, so we're right here, southwest, which is there. I don't show on the map, but it's there. Alright. Let's see, I need to fix my crossbow real quick. There we go. Good and dark. Hey guy, got something for you. Got a bolt in your face. How in the hell am I missing? Oh crap. Get out of here. What a terrible weapon. Let's even sneak peek what's in there. Huh. Can't really see nothing. Uh-oh. There's something ugly. I have a few grand soul gems too. Let me utilize their soul. Of course. Light always wears off when you need it. Jeez. I can poison too, boy. That's right. Oh, you were a Dagoth, huh? Ah, 6 health amulet. Collect those. What the hell? Big old feet. Huh. Maybe that was spare parts for the Dweemer's god. Ooh. Thanks for restoring my magic. Gotta love spell absorption. Alright, and this leads us back to where we were. Oop. Oh, you're a Dagoth too, huh? Let's trap your soul. Of course it's dark. It's always dark when I'm fighting. There we go. Come on, draw the crossbow, you fool. Hate that stagger. 'Cause, I mean, it's not as bad. I think Oblivion stagger's a little worse. What is that, a wrist? That's a chest piece? That's interesting. There's a hand. Ooh, belt. I need that in case I want to make another enchantment. Found exquisite belts are hard to find. I don't think I've found one restocking merchant for those belts. What the hell is that, a shoulder? Huh. That is forearm, maybe? Culpress. Ooh, a Daedric Wakizashi. I'll take that. Give it to me. And there's a head. Maybe that was just, instead of their new god, maybe that was just a awesome construct they was working on. Who knows? Coins. Huh, so all the Dagoths go into grand soul gems. They're not even close to a grand soul. Good to know. There's something nasty over there. Where's my invisible? There it is. Nice little sneak on this guy. There you are, you ugly little bastard. Hey. If you sneak up on him, you can actually talk to him. Daggone brandy here. Yeah, I'll take some of that. Sure thing. Now on to the fight. I wonder if I can, can I soul trap this guy? Come on. You ugly little bastard, I tell you that. Yep. You think they could wear more than the thong? Jeez. Success amulet. Huh. That would actually be useful if it was constant effect, but as it stands, I would never use that. Alright, we got a few daggos. Seem like they only go into Grand Soul Gems. Huh. Let's see what else we got around here. Loot. I like that. Daedric skin, I always take that. Yeah. Culpress meat. In case I get hungry later. That's a good thing, since I'm immune to blight disease, I can snack on that, not to worry. Silence. Silence is golden. Kagranak's journal. Well, even though we can't read it, may as well take it. Ah, ghoul heart, those are rare too. Take it, keep it from falling into the wrong hands. The other interesting part about the whole story is the Ashlanders, you know, are more tribal, nomadic, worship their ancestors, all that fun stuff. Of course, the Tribunal, they set their church up for themselves. So that causes a lot of drama. But everybody is against the Empire. And really, once you read all the information, if it wasn't for Uriel Septim, you would have never been taken out of prison and sent over here in the first place to save the realm. So, actually, they owe their salvation to the Empire. Or maybe not the Empire, but as much as Uriel. I know something's coming. Where is it? There it is. I heard you. I'll be sad when these bolts run out. Oh yeah, I love that. Got 127 left. Ain't nothing. Ooh, Winged Twilight. Oh, I want my sword. They're easy to stagger, oddly enough. But that works. Alright, sorry for the interruption. Had to pause it real quick. I killed this guy, and he had a spear. Alright, and I don't know who this is. Hey. Apparently you just got all the generic stuff. Okay, never mind. But I noticed this video is getting a little bit long, so I think I'll save this dungeon or shrine. However you say that word, I have no earthly idea. But I'll pick up next time right back here. And a little quick save. Can't save too much. So we'll pick up here, we'll go through this shrine, and we'll try and find the rest of the strongholds to retrieve Keening and Sunder. Then we'll make our final assault on Dagothur's stronghold. And that'll be the end. So, until then, we'll catch you later.